Hi everybody, you know who I am, Richard Todd. This is Rich Video Games and comic books and video games. That's it. You thought anyway, Chapter 5. After leaving Fornax Station Storage Center, Han and Chewbacca walked back to the shoe shine stand and they had visited earlier. When the shoe and shine droid saw them, his photoreceptors jet back with surprise. Oh, the little droid exclaimed. Everything all right? Do you want another shine? No, Han said flatly. You've done enough already. Chewbacca bent forward and growled at the droid. The droid trembled nervously and said, Please don't tear me apart. Facing the droid, Han said, He sent Fornax Station security after us. Nothing personal, the droid cried. Chief Smurdap ordered all droids to report anyone who asks suspicious questions. Chewbacca growled and the droid trembled so hard that his parts clattered to the ground. Take it easy, Chewie, Han said. Returning his attention to the droid, he said calmly, If you searched your memory banks, you'll recall that all I asked for was a shoe shine. But don't worry, I told Chief Sunap, whatever. It was just a misunderstanding. Oh, said the droid, I'm sorry for your inconvenience. I realize you're only doing your job, Han said, just like Chief Smurdap. I certainly, he certainly takes his work seriously. The droids nodded and said, Chief Smurdap is a former Imperial Customs agent. He's very determined to capture thieves and smugglers. Imperial Customs? Han said, Well, he sure is a long way from Imperial space. In this, suddenly a woman's scream echoed down the corridor. Chewbacca reacted imminently, bolted off in the direction of the scream. Han hollered, Wait for me! Leaving the standalone Juneshine stand. Han chased Chewbacca toward around the corner. The Wookiee came to a sudden halt, and Han nearly ran into him. They had both stopped short of the screaming woman, who stood beside a hovering luggage shed along with a caveman which whom had bumped into earlier. Do. They recognized Margravine. Imminently. Seeing Han, the woman screamed again. Han said, What's wrong? My wedding gown, she shrieked as she pointed out the luggage sled. It's been stolen. A wedding gown? Han said with annoyance, suffering constantly. Yeah, I shouldn't scream like that unless it's an emergency. Sorry. The woman glared at Han. Again, you insult the royal Margineve, she said scornfully, and on the eve of my the wedding day. If we were on Vienna, I would have you imprisoned. Says, but we're not on Venya, Hen said. So why didn't you go jump through a ring fire or firing? The woman grasped as her eyes went wide, pointing to her open mouth and said, "You should get that fixed." Oh. Leaving the stunned woman, Hen walked off with Chewbacca at his side. Hen said, If that and what that shoeshine droid said is true about Chief Smudap, being a former Imperial, that might explain why we picked up an Imperial signal earlier. Smudap could be using a deep compression Imperial ship or a surplus transmitter. Chewbacca growled. Han replied, Why didn't you say so earlier? Sure, we could get a little closer to the fight of the firings before we go back to Tatooine. They returned to the locked bay that held the Falcon. Inside the ship, they removed Jago's cargo container from the travel bag and stored it in a hidden compartment beneath the floor. When they went to the cockpit, Han contacted for flight control. This is the captain of the close shave, he said. May we have clearance for departure? The station's flight controller replied, That's a negative, close shave. Keeping his voice calm, Han asked, May I ask why we can't leave? Orders from Fornax Security, the flight controller answered from the Falcon's comm. No arrivals or departures until further notice. Han switched off the comm. He said, I'm getting very tempted to blast our way out of here. Just then, from the cockpit, Han and Chewie saw Chief Smudap and two security droids enter the docking bay. Smudap didn't look happy. Ba ba ba. That is the end of chapter 5. If you really want me to continue, and I probably will, stay tuned for chapter 6, where things are getting spicy. And before I leave, please join my Patreon if you particularly want to. It will surely help me, and also please like and subscribe.